Hey everyone, today we are playing some Selesnya Toxic. The goal of the deck is to make a bunch of Phyrexians with Toxic and smash our opponent's face in, either killing them through getting their life total to 0 or by putting a bunch of poison counters on them. The key to this deck is to go fast and wide. The fast comes through cards like Skrelv, Defector, Mite and Venerated Rotpriest. The wide comes through Skrelv's Hive, and we've got cards like Slaughtersinger to make our toxic creatures even more toxic. Will Phyrexia get it done? Is this really the best deck for Venerated Rotpriest? Only one way to find out. Let's get into the games. Alright, going first here. The key to this deck really is that you want to have a turn 1 and a turn 2 play. We definitely have it with Crawling Chorus, so we're going to keep this. The turn 2 play, the problem is that our Overgrown Farmland is tapped, but there's not really a lot we can do about that. Looks like our opponent is playing a Brushland, which we also play Brushland, so it could be the mirror. Looks like it's Naya. Alright, there's Skrelv, Defector, Mite. So we do have a turn 2 play after all. They will upgrade this. So that's good for them, I guess. Next turn we do have a Slaughtersinger. So we give our attacking toxic creatures +1/+1. Brotherhood's End. Interesting. We'll go for the Jawbone Duelist here. Next turn we can play the Slaughtersinger, but a Braid into Brotherhood's End's not good. There's Wedding Announcement. Still can't get through. Nonetheless, we'll play the Slaughtersinger. Now I want to block here. They choose not to. They could have burned down the house. Okay. That's super unfortunate. Nonetheless, we've got a couple of options here. We can play the Seedcore, play the second Slaughtersinger, attack with both. It's not ideal. Let's see. If I just Venerated Rotpriest, Soul Partition, they can still play the Mondrak next turn. Jeez. Yeah, it's not great. So I think the right play is Venerated Rotpriest. I'm going to attack with just the Jawbone Duelist. See what they want to do. Or I could go with the Slaughtersinger as well. Surely they sense something's up here. They could have Play with Fire. Are they triple blocking? Sure. X equals 0. That should kill the Mondrak, right? Yeah. Cool. I don't mind that at all. Opponent's down to 9 with 3 poison counters. I have the option to play another Slaughtersinger next turn. If I get the 4th land, I can play Soul Partition. I can also give my Jawbone Duelist +2/+1 thanks to the Seedcore. We're doing good. Opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. Do I just Soul Partition this now? I think so. The Wandering Emperor, sure.
I'm not overconfident. She's just under. We must protect the people.
Go to combat. No, let's not go to combat because they can destroy something next turn. I can play the Skrelv instead. Yeah, no attacks. No attacks. Play the Skrelv. The fact we've only had 3 land this entire time is uber annoying. But everything's white for our opponent, which is not good for them. Because everything's white, we can do it so that Skrelv gives Jawbone Duelist hexproof from white. It also means that they can't attack, or they can't block it, sorry. No blocks. We do have lethal. We'll pay with Phyrexian. Hexproof from white and can't be blocked by white. We'll use the corrupted ability. We'll play the Slaughter Singer. We'll attack with Jawbone Duelist. Opponent can't block this. Double Strike comes through. And after all that, we win the game. I can't believe it. Oh my god. And you have to play you have to do the Seedcore before the Slaughter Singer pumps come in, otherwise it's not a 1-1 anymore. Oh. So in the intro I talk about the deck being wide and fast, but this deck has reach. You've seen it firsthand. This deck has reach. What an absolute doozy of a game to start today off. We'll keep this. We can go Skrelv on 1, Slaughter Singer on 2, and hopefully Bloated Contaminator on 3. We'll see. We'll open with the Seedcore because we can use it to cast Skrelv. In fact, we can use it to cast Venerated Rotpriest as well. Wano faces Kakazan. Cool. There's the Razorverge Thicket. So we'll play the Slaughter Singer. We'll go to combat. We'll attack for 2. Get the Toxic going. If they want to kill the Skrelv, that's okay. Looks like this is Gruul Aggro. Gruul Aggro or Gruul Modified. I have seen a couple of decks which use oil counters, or Abrask's Forge might be something we need to look out for. It's unlikely. Yeah, this looks familiar. So what we can do actually is we can make Skrelv give Slaughter Singer some ridiculous things. Let's see how I want to do this, however. I might go Venerated Rotpriest, Slaughter Singer. Skrelv gives Slaughter Singer protection from green. I think that genuinely might be the right play. No, it's not. That's a lie. So I'm going to play Slaughter Singer. I'm going to play the Venerated Rotpriest. I'm just going to attack with both the Slaughter Singer and the Skrelv. They're both 3/3s. Puts our opponent on 4 Toxic. It's not looking good for our opponent because next turn, my creatures get +2/+2, and I can start proliferating. Sure. There's a 3rd Slaughter Singer. It's incredibly tempting to play yet another Slaughter Singer. If they want to double block the Skrelv, I don't have a problem with that. What I can't really make it so that Skrelv gives something unblockable because they've got different colored creatures. So what I'll just do instead, I'm happy to just attack with everything. I'm gonna kill the... Do I kill the Evolving Adaptive? I think I do, because it's green and the other 2 creatures are red. Yeah, okay. 9, and then Bloated Contaminator comes down. The Bloated Contaminator comes down. I highly doubt my opponent is going to be able to deal 16 damage to me. And yeah, there we go. Pick your poison. Literally. Gruul opponent. Opponent going first. It's not a fast start. Here's the problem, is that we've got no proactive turn 2 play, and we're on the draw. I'm going to mulligan this. 6 is not much better. We'll get rid of the Mirrex. But that was even worse. This is not a good hand, and we could be in a world of trouble. Okay. I'm gonna play the Skrelv. I think Skrelv's always correct. There's Slaughter Stinger. Slaughter Singer. I keep saying Slaughter Stinger, it's clearly Slaughter Singer. I'll play the Brushland and the Slaughter Singer. I would have sacrificed Skrelv anyway, but that tells me my opponent has another thing that I need to be worried about. But I'll attack. I'll play the Crawling Chorus for the time being. I'll end the turn. Opponent's got 2 poison counters. Doesn't find a 4th land? They could have been that Rakdos Reanimator deck I've been seeing doing the rounds, but that seems like a very early concession. Opponent going first. I think it's a very interesting conundrum we've got, whether we go with the Crawling Chorus first or the Venerated Rotpriest. Crawling Chorus is the answer. Razorverge Thicket. Because even if our opponent has a way of dealing with this, we want to be able to do something. 1 poison counter. I'm going to play the second Razorverge Thicket and play the Venerated Rotpriest, leaving Tyvar stand up. They're just going straight for my face. Okay. They do not care. Mechanized Warfare, sure. So we actually have Boseiju, which I'm incredibly tempted to play. We don't have the Corrupt just yet. We also don't have a Legendary. I'm on 14. Can I afford an extra turn? I think the answer is yes. And if the answer is no, I'm going to be very embarrassed. I should have actually played the Seedcore. But never mind. Back-to-back Mechanized Warfares. Wow. Down to 12. Does it give things toxic? No. Tyvar stand. Skrelv. I'll put my opponent on 7. Let's play the Seedcore. Let's give this +2/+1. Play the Skrelv. Yeah, I should have definitely played the Seedcore. That was a mistake. Play the Skrelv. Go to combat. Everything attacks. Down to 7. Give my opponent 7 poison counters. End the turn. If they try and burn me out from here, everything's instant speed, right? Lightning Strike does 5. Puts me on 6. Play with fire. So I need Lightning Strike, play with fire. Sure. What can you do? What can you do? Should I have played the... Should I have played the Boseiju earlier? Perhaps, but it is what it is. Awful hand. Awful hand. Doesn't do anything. One mulligan. Down to 6. This is much better. We can play Skrelv on 1 and then Skrelv's Hive on 2. Opponent has also kept a 6. I will send... I'll actually send Tyvar stand to the bottom. It's the only thing that doesn't do anything for me. Nice. We do take a poison damage if... sorry, not poison damage. We do take 1 point of damage if we do play the Brushland, but I think that's okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Gotta go wide and fast. And if they want to play ossification, that's okay. We want to go fast and wide. So instead of Bloated Contaminator, there's Mirrex. Okay, I think I could pay Phyrexian to give the Phyrexian Mite unblockable, but I think what's actually better is playing the Overgrown Farmland, then Bloated Contaminator and pass. See what they want to do here. This could be mono white control. Depopulate would be very sad. Yeah, that resolves. They should give it vigilance, right? I don't believe that oops for a second opponent. Given that I'm not going to attack with this Phyrexian Mite just yet. I'll attack with the Bloated Contaminator to see what happens. If my opponent tries to Wandering Emperor, I'm going to give it protection. Go to damage. Okay. I could Soul Partition the Steel Seraph if she tries to give it +1/+1 in first strike. And then the trample will still go through. Down to 15. Yeah, I think if I thought my opponent was going to play Wandering Emperor, it might have been better to attack with everything else. I'll play the Jawbone Duelist. Slightly concerned that we're still in a bit of trouble. I can't not do this. Like, this is a lot for my opponent to deal with. If my opponent, I can't just go, oh, what if my opponent has Depopulate, right? And its activated abilities can't be activated. Okay. It's from end of turn. Yeah, I'm still gonna pay the Phyrexian so that she can't remove it. I can do that in response. Give the Bloated Contaminator protection from white, and we next turn we're swinging in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Proliferate as well to 9. Yeah, my opponent's not doing much. Not doing much at all. Opponent going first, we have Crawling Chorus and Annex Sentry. Razorverge Thicket into Overgrown Farmland's not great, but we still have a turn to play. I'm going to keep this. Haven't been able to show off the Annex Sentry yet. This might not be the time we get to do it. Okay, let's go in for 1. Blocking this seems strange. Yeah, okay. And then we'll play the Skrelv's Hive, sorry. Gonna take 2. And the poison counter, also very important. We could play the Annex Sentry here and exile the Voidwing Hybrid, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Bloated Contaminator is also a thing. They are tapped out. Let's see what they do. Yeah, we'll play this. And then if my opponent plays Shieldred's Edict, we can just get rid of the Crawling Chorus. Next turn, I have a couple of options available to me. I can either play the Bloated Contaminator by itself, or I can play the Crawling Chorus and the Venerated Rotpriest together. Down to 14. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the turn. Everything now has lifelink, by the way. Down to 10. If they try... Shieldred's Edict's the only thing that can save them. Yeah, sure, draw 2 cards. There's the land they were looking for. My turn. Let's attack with everything. Yeah, okay. What you got left, opponent? Yeah, that's not going to do it, I'm afraid. That is too much poison for you. Venerated Rotpriest gets it done. I told you, toxic or normal means. Both really bad. Oh, this deck gets me so excited, man. This deck makes me so excited. This is not a good opener. The problem is that Overgrown Farmland on 2, and on top of that, 2 Soul Partitions. I hate to do it, but I'm throwing this back. Throwing that back too. We'll keep this 5. Annex Sentry and Tyvar stand aren't going to do it. And let's just see how it goes. There we go. We have to go Venerated Rotpriest on 1 with the Seedcore because turn 2 I want to play Mirrex, but I want to play the Slaughter Singer. I keep on saying Stinger. It's Singer. Because the turn you play Mirrex is the only turn you can add mana of any color. So we have to do this now. If our opponent has a way of removing things, we're just in so much trouble. Denick, okay. Not ideal. We're probably losing this. We are probably losing this. This is Esper Legends. And usually I don't like keeping games like this in, but I think on this occasion, you kind of have to, right? You kind of have to. Next turn, I can use Mirrex to create a 1-1. There's another wedding announcement. This is not going to end well. There's another Slaughter Singer. Well, that will make these 3/3s, so, you know, gotta kind of keep the Slaughter Singers back. End the turn. This just feels awful, man. Yeah. I mean, sure. This is getting countered. This is 100% getting countered. There's still 3/3s, but it's now not worth really attacking with them. I think I have to anyway. Yeah, the only, like, sitting back at this stage is going to do nothing. The question is, do I attack with Venerated Rotpriest as well? And I think the answer is no. Or maybe I do and just try and get extra Toxic in. Yeah. At this point, like, how else am I going to win this? Yeah, the token can die. The other token can die. Right, opponent's corrupted. We'll play the Razorverge Thicket and then the turn. Everything's now got lifelink. Is corrupted enough? Probably not. Yeah, sure. Is that at the beginning of the end step? Until end of turn, okay. There's a Tyvar stand. Okay. Go my little Toxic army, I guess. Like, my opponent's only got 1 card in hand. Do I just kill the Rafine? I think I do. I really hope that card in their hand's not another Rafine. Go for the throat. Make disappear. Wandering Emperor.
Feel the energy of battle.
Oh.
My judgment is final.
How can I win?
Training.
Soul Partition? No blocks. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to do this instant speed. And no attacks, and the turn. Going down to 5, I'm amazed we have made this last as long as it did. But, yeah. Wow, did not see the samurai coming. I'm not a fan of my opponent's my opponent playing so many non-creatures. This deck should absolutely be playing Thalia, but can I survive one more turn? No, I can't. It is what it is. Take the L. Move on. Going first, it's not the fastest hand in the world, but Venerated Rotpriest and Tyvar standard to Annex Sentry seems to be okay. This is a bit more of a let's see what happens hand. It's not one of my finest keeps, so I'll say that. Cool. God bless. I am going to keep the Eiganjo, the Boseiju back, sorry. Going to attack here. And end the turn. I think the Boseiju is much better left for Mechanized Warfare. And the Festivities. That still just does 1 to everything, right? To each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control, yeah. Gut Shot's not in this format. Yeah, I'll take 3. Overgrown Farmland, Annex Sentry. Goodbye Monstery Swift Spear. I am not going to block with this Annex Sentry, by the way. There's the Mechanized Warfare I was warning you about. I'm going to learn my lesson from last time. I'm just going to get rid of this now. Am I? No, hang on. I'll play the Bloated Contaminator. Or do I play the Rotpriest? Yeah, let's play the Rotpriest. Attack with everything. I'll give my Venerated Rotpriest +1/+1. Yeah, that's much better. That's a much better play. So, it's indestructible. Monster Swift Spear, sure. Reckless Impulse, sure. There's a land. Definitely Mechanized Warfare time for the Boseiju, as the dog decides that she really wants to come in. Do I block? No, no blocks. Opponent's on 7. I'll just do this now. We're on 7, sorry. We'll attack with both Venerated Rotpriests. Or do I just attack with the 1? No, because I've got Bloated Contaminator, right? Yeah, I'll leave the Venerated Rotpriest. No, that's silly. I'll keep the Annex Sentry back on defense. Down to 7. Pessic Flame Breather. Yeah. We're on 5. Play the Mirrex to create 1/1s. And we are just in danger of burning out. Lightning Strike off the top kills me. Or I just do this. Yeah, I think so. They have to block both, right? Oh, this isn't fun. Chandra +1. Please be a monster to a spear.
Chandra, think of something.
Yes. There we go. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was so close. Oh, that wasn't fun. That was mono red, man. I will play the updated mono red deck in a future video, but God, whenever I see turn 1 mountain, I'm just think, oh no. So the deck ended up going 6-3. There's one game you won't see where I lost because I went to 5 again and I saw all 4 Skrelvs, but that's such an anomaly. I'm not going to bother showing that. But yeah, the deck's really powerful. You do have to go fast, you do have to go wide, but this deck has reach, as you will have seen in the first game against the that interesting mono white. It was mono white creatures, but like Naya really. Let's break down the deck. We'll go through the 1-drops first of all. Crawling Chorus and Venerated Rotpriest are just 2 excellent starts, and Skrelv as well. You've got 12 1-drops, and for me, any good aggro deck should be playing like 12 1-drops. Mono Red plays 12 1-drops. That's why it's so good. Soldiers doesn't have 12, but they have so many powerful. They have 8, right? Because they'll play 4 copies of Recruitment Officer and then combined 4 through Goshen, Frontliner, and Skrelv, right? So 12 is the sweet spot, and this deck does it. And then not only that, you also have some really good follow-up with 8 2-drops, as well as 3 copies of Skrelv's Hive. I genuinely think you can easily run 4 copies of this. You could run 4 copies of Skrelv's Hive, and no one would bat an eye. You could probably take out a Soul Partition, but I'll get to that in a bit. And then the top end is Annex Sentry and Bloated Contaminator, and these are really good. Annex Sentry is a nice removal spell, similar to what's it called? Brutal. And Bloated Contaminator is just a nice turn 3. What you gonna do? What you gonna do about Bloated Contaminator? And often the answer is not a lot. And we can protect our threats as well with Tyvar's stand. Soul Partition is a 2-way protection. Yes, you can exile your opponent's non-land permanents, but you can exile your own as well. That does have relevance. Not always, but it is a nice little combat trick. Now, in terms of the land, the Seedcore and the Mirrex are both excellent. I think maybe 4 Seedcores, 1 Mirrex is better. Oh no, I don't have 4 Seedcores in my collection right now. Because Seedcore really helps you accelerate, especially because you're already playing Crawling Chorus and Skrelv Defector Mite. You've also got Jawbone Duelist as a 1/1. Your Skrelv Hives generate 1/1s. And Mirrex also creates 1/1s as well. So I think 4 Seedcore might be the way to go. The problem is that once we look at the rest of the mana base, 4 Razorverge Thicket, excellent, they can stay in. 4 Brushland, excellent, they can stay in. Boseiju, Forest, all good, they can stay in. Eiganjo, Seat of the Empire, Plains, they can stay in. The Overgrown Farmlands, it feels really, really bad having these and your turn not being able to have a turn 2 play because you've got to play Overgrown Farmland tapped on turn 2. And it did happen a couple of times. So I think, given that we are only running 10 spells, right? 10 spells are non-Phyrexian, the rest of them are. So I think you could easily go up to 4 Seedcore and say 3 Mirrex, maybe. Or you could play 4 Seedcore and another Forest and or another Plains. and go down in the number of Overgrown Farmland you play, because you really need that untapped green source, you need that untapped white source. This is the only card I'm not sold on in the mana base, and fudging the numbers is going to be something that you're going to want to do. Now, in terms of other cards that you could put in this deck, I would suggest that you refrain. I would suggest that you refrain. I don't think I had a look through the various other creatures you could put in this deck. You could play Tamio Safekeeping as well, but why would you do that when Tyvar Stand does its job and you're not really looking to gain life, right? You could play other removals such as Fateful Absence. That's something that people might be considering. You could play Valorous Stance, Destroy Evil, but I think if anything, you might go down to Soul Partitions. The issue I have with Soul Partition is that it's such a reactive spell. We already have protection through Tyvar and Skrelv, and I don't really often think to myself, oh, that's a threat I need to get rid of, because often there's ways around it, right? And at that point, if I'm playing Soul Partition and I'm behind, that's a real problem. Like, the thing is, Soul Partition against mono red, maybe it's good for things like Mechanized Warfare. It's a tough one. It's really tough. But if Mechanized Warfare is your problem, then maybe Valorous Stance or Destroy Evil. No, well, not Valorous Stance. Destroy Evil. That's the one that destroys target enchantments. That's probably a better way to go. That's really it for this deck. It's really consistent, but you've got to mulligan pretty aggressively, which often sounds like a oxymoron. Consistent, but mulligan a lot. But mulliganing's a big part of Magic. It's a huge part of Magic, and if you don't know how to mulligan correctly, you are going to lose a lot of winnable games. I'm just going to say it. You're going to lose a lot of winnable games. That's just something you're going to have to get better at. If you're not good at mulliganing, and you know you're not good at mulliganing, this might not be the deck for you. If you're uncomfortable playing with 6-card hands or 5-card hands, then this ain't it. But if you can look at a 5 and go, I can win from here, then this might be it. Even though I lost both the games I mulliganed to 5-2 today, I still felt like I stood a chance until I didn't. I still got to play Magic. That's the point I'm making. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. If you want to watch more Magic the Gathering action, why don't you look at this Selesnya Toxic deck I played, as I had some fun with Venerated Rotpriest, and I will continue to have fun with Venerated Rotpriest. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye bye!